Positive Futures Dog Training and Behavior, and today Jude and I are going to show you guys how to put sniffing and leaving a sniffing spot on a verbal cue. So this is something that eventually we will tie into our loose leash walking behavior. For now, I want you guys practicing this indoors. So to get started, you're going to need to put your walking equipment on your dog, either a buckle collar or a harness along with your leash. Remember leash mechanics of your wrist going through the loop, the leash going across your hand, and the clicker going on top. And then we're also going to need some kind of target for them to explore. If you have a snuffle mat, that's what I'm using here. Snuffle mats are awesome tools that we can use for enrichment. You can sprinkle their meal in there and they have to use their nose and forage around. It slows the meal process down and helps stimulate the brain. If you don't have a snuffle mat, no worries. You can use a towel and kind of crinkle it up and put the food in there. You can also use any kind of bath mat that you might have, especially one if it has a little bit of a shag to it. This will give our dog the opportunity to kind of sniff deep inside and for us to click and treat them. So what we're gonna do to get started, I'm clicking and treating Jude for staying with me. There's obviously a temptation on the ground here, and I wanna let him know that good things happen when he pays attention to me and when he stays with me on a loose leash. I'm gonna get his attention, send him to the mat, and let him explore that mat while I click and treat. As soon as he's finished eating those pieces of treat inside the snuffle mat, I'm gonna get his attention by using his name from the name game, and then I'm gonna say, let's go. And that means follow me, and that's a brand new skill that we are teaching in conjunction with going to sniff on cue today. All right, you ready? Okay, go sniff. So while he's exploring, I'll click and drop more pieces in. Good boy. And as soon as he's finished, Jude! Get attention first. Jude! Hey, bud. Jude! Let's go! Yes, good boy! Now that took a little while. He was searching deep inside for extra pieces of treats. That is normal. It might take your dog a little while the first time they do this because we're asking them to leave food, and that's really hard for them. So make lots of secondary noises to help prompt your dog's attention. Once you have attention, you're gonna back away from them as you say, let's go, and you're gonna click and treat them for following away from the mat. Then we're gonna go back to reinforcing attention and loose leash with me before we begin again. Are you ready? Yeah? Okay, go sniff. Good boy. So while he's exploring, I'll click and drop more pieces in. I'm gonna give him just a minute to explore. And once he's picked those pieces up, then I get his attention and call him away again. Jude, let's go. Yes, good boy. Much easier that time. Good job. Back to rewarding attention to me. Nice. And loose leash. Very good. Good. Okay, go sniff. Good boy. So I'll click and treat him for exploring and sniffing. And as soon as he finishes eating those pieces and has gotten a little bit of time to sniff, get attention and call him away. Jude, let's go. Good boy. Very nice. Sit. Good. So this is something that you could practice with dinner. If you're gonna do it with dinner, you could sprinkle some pieces of kibble in there and practice this exercise. Remember, you don't need a snuffle mat. You could use any kind of towel or blanket rolled up. We wanna create a little bit of an interesting environment for them to sniff in. So see if you can bunch it up to create an irregular surface, which makes it a little more interesting for them to explore and forage. So for now, we're gonna stick inside to practicing this. Remember, there's lots of pieces to this exercise. Rewarding attention and loose leash with me, releasing them on a verbal cue to go explore. As they sniff around, I click and treat. As soon as they're finished, I get attention first, then call them away with a let's go and click and treat them for following along with me. We want this behavior nice and strong because we're going to use this down the road to do some pretty cool stuff. So make sure that you practice this. All right, guys, have a good one.